What's up, Bills fans? Is this an all-time low or what? I mean, it wouldn't be as bad if they would have just came into the season and shown their true colors, and we wouldn't have had the hope that we did. But I mean, it's painfully obvious now. They were just playing some weak teams, not very good teams. They were able to take advantage, and even then, they were still struggling to beat those teams. They didn't exactly have control of a lot of those games, and they were able to get off to a good start. And when the wheels came off, it just kind of perpetuated every other problem that they really do have. That there's really not a lot of talent on this team. That the coaching staff is inept. They're unimaginative. They're very poor at what they do. I mean, there's reasons why I've said this before, that Turk Schonert and other guys haven't had the positions that they have now. Is they're not very good. They're not good enough to have those positions, and we're seeing that now. I mean, I don't even have to go into the game today. I think it was just a culmination of of everything. This team just not being prepared week in and week out to play, and we've been seeing this. I mean, this really poor level of play since the New England game. They just, I think the Kansas City game was an aberration. Really, they just had everything really go their way, and Trent played well. And that was the big factor. Was Trent played well, and if Trent's not even playing, this team just gets really bad really quick. Because for all the JP lovers out there, we really got to. I mean, this is what JP does. This is what we've seen him do. Every time he's ever started, he gets sacked, he fumbles, he makes bad decisions, he overthrows receivers, underthrows receivers, he throws. Um, it just an ugly game, and pretty much a real shitty way to just end the season. I mean, I think this is pretty much, what we got to see the last few weeks, and as far as Jauron goes, this deferring stuff has really become almost laughable. He defers. Today they were able to flip field position, get a short field, go down and score the touchdown, and pretty much in the last three losses, when aside from the Kansas City game, when the team has done that, the New England game, the this game today, and last week against the 49ers, that's been the game. That team scored 7 points, and that was it. That's so pretty much all teams know they have to do is score on the opening drive, and they win against the Bills. And that's, pretty much an indictment of Jauron as a coach, his offense. I mean, he coaches afraid, and I think he prepares his players as such. I heard a saying once that you always want your head coach to reflect or be the kind of guy you'd want to have your back in a fight. Now, I don't think Jauron strikes us as that guy. I think he does better at preparing this team to lose rather than win. And I think you're seeing them take on the reflection of that. They're kind of, they're kind of passe about things. They're just kind of, you know, subservient to it. They're just like, oh well, that's kind of the attitude that they've taken on. The players that they've brought in over the last few years, draft-wise, free agency-wise, not one has outplayed their contract. You could say Jabari Greer has been the only one, and he's not been on the field the last few weeks. Their highest-paid player, Schobel's, only played 5 games, and how many game-changing plays has he made? How many times has he, took over a game from the defensive end position and been impossible to stop? I can think of Denny doing that before Schobel did. I think it was back in '06. He had like 3 sacks against the Dolphins. But other than that, Whitner, has he lived up to an 8th overall pick billing? I can think of 5 safeties off the top of my head that are better than him. Ko Simpson is horrible. Got caught out of position again on the touchdown to Fasano. He came over late. Puzzlesny, he had 11 tackles today, but they were just pretty much basic tackles. I mean, how many big plays has he made? A sack, an interception, a stuff in the backfield. I'm really not sold on him. just Whitner. McGee seems like we let a wide receiver named Devon Beast catch like 9 balls for 70 yards today, all underneath stuff. This Tampa 2 seems like, and I don't know if you fans have noticed it. You probably have. Buffalo gets these teams in third and 8, third and 10, third and 12. Happened last week against San Francisco on their first drive, and just pretty much all season they just let these teams gain these yards underneath. They seem okay as long as we keep them in front of us, we're fine. Well, they're in front of the first down, you idiots. And as far as offense goes, they're just the tight end position's non-existent. The offensive line is just too fat to get out of its own way. You got your center hitting himself in the ass with a snap. I mean, how embarrassing is that? That's just, it's a folly video. It really is. Nothing worked today. I mean, at least last week they had Lynch to lean on a little bit, and then even when that was working, they didn't use him. So what would have mattered if he would have been running today? They probably would have stopped handing them the ball. It's just disgusting. So, nothing worked today. Again, gotta hope the Jauron's got to get out of there, and this team can just, you can see a lot of new faces on this team next year. Just some different attitude. Hopefully, a new coach can bring a different attitude to this team, a different identity. And just wash this Jauron seed away, because it's really infested these players and this organization. And you got to believe he has influence. Who's on this roster? I mean, remember Valerial, Damon Shelton, Anthony Thomas come to mind. Kawaki Thomas was a guy he had in Jacksonville when he was a defensive coordinator. Teddy Lehman, who's on the team now, he had him in Detroit. So he definitely has input who comes on this roster. So I just don't want this guy. I just don't think he knows how to identify a winning football player. And this team's not a winning team. It's not. They feasted on some real bad teams when their quarterback was playing well, and when he wasn't playing well, this is what we got. So until next week, Bills fans, I know you're probably just as dejected as I am. A season that could have been is now not, and probably was never meant to be. So thanks for all the support and comments, and let's just hope that something good can come out of this season, like Jauron being gone. If I was to wake up tomorrow and see that he got fired, or turn on the computer, that would make my season. That would be great. But until then, you guys have a good one, Bills fans. I'll try to anyway.